this summer, there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. The truth is, I am that person that you see on TV. I am also a lot of other things. Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that. I am a work in progress. And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that.
Phony, liar, hypocrite. That's my reaction. She's known about this for 17 years. She's created this culture. I was there from day one. We were all petrified of her. She was not nice.
We've learned that after 14 weeks of hiatus, Ellen returned to her studio here at Warner Brothers last week and pre-taped her eagerly awaited season premiere. Like most talk shows during the pandemic, there was no live studio audience allowed inside.
It really seemed like an effective PR spin. It was perfectly done, but I think that that's exactly what Ellen needed to do. It's very clear that Ellen wanted this to be perfect. Her and her producers and her writers, they clearly spent a lot of time and put a lot of thought into this. They want to do this and they want to move on and move forward and probably never talk about the allegations again.
Being known as the Be Kind Lady is a tricky position to be in. So let me give you some advice out there. If anybody's thinking of changing their title or giving yourself a nickname, do not go with the Be Kind Lady.
After all, Ellen is one smart woman. Here's everything you need to know. Now, we don't mean to offend the spirits of those who have left us, but when rumors began to spread, it was only time this affair also came to light. Of course, there's not much that we have to go by at this point, but given how quickly matters have recently escalated against P. Diddy, we can expect to see the actual facts and figures about this affair quite soon, just like we witnessed other lawsuits.
I believe it's a lot of rappers, a lot of music people, a lot of executives that could not say no. Cat Williams say, you just gotta say no to Diddy. And it's a lot of people that couldn't say no. And they probably on tape because they couldn't say no.
So you think it's possible that Diddy, he got footage of rappers in the stash, just in case he got to use it for blackmail?
It's a possibility. It's not far-fetched. If he was taping Cassie and he was having Cassie taped and everything like that, why wouldn't he do nobody else? She's the only one? I doubt it.
Right, I mean, good point, man. But did you hear about that story from the actor Columbus Short? He told a story about how Diddy, he invited him to his house late at night.
I believe him. I believe the Columbus Short, yo, bruh, why would that man come out? He got a whole wife or whatever, come out and say that Diddy did something that he didn't do. He could have said anybody else. But Columbus Short, he let people know straight out the rap. Yo, if they talking about some homosexuality and it's about Diddy, it may be true. Because he tried me. That's what he said. That's what Columbus Short said. He tried me. And you notice the guys that don't fall for that shit, they not popping in the industry, they not working, they not going to Hollywood, they not doing it, because it's people like him that they cut short. Like Cat Williams said, when they don't give up their booty hole, they don't give up that sexuality, they cut them short. That means they not working in the industry like that no more.
But looking at this lawsuit, right, why do you think Little Rod is naming all these people in this lawsuit?
Witnesses. He needed witnesses. And whether they work for Diddy or not, if they get caught lying on the stand about anything and he has proof that certain things happen, my man, he put me in a lawsuit. I wasn't even around this. My name is in there. Your name is in there. You understand? So my whole thing about it is that he want enough witnesses, because you got to realize this. This is not a criminal case. This is a civil case. So now in a civil case, he has to prove that he was unjustly done, that Diddy did him wrong, because if you read the lawsuit, he financially said, yo, give me $50,000 and give me my publishing and we good. Diddy only gave him $29,000 and didn't give him none of his publishing. And he wrote 9 songs. So now he gonna add all these people, the chef and them seen Diddy walking around naked. One other chef prior to this particular chef made claims and sued Diddy before because he was walking around her naked.
You know, Little Rod, he alleges that, you know, Diddy's son Justin was helping Diddy, you know, get underage girls. And I guess he was bringing them to parties. You know anything about that?
I think Justin is the boy that could do it, if anybody. Him or either Quincy. You understand? Justin is a pretty boy. You understand? He look young. He around that age, what, he about 25, 26 years old? So I don't know about underage, you know, but it's a possibility, because you know those girls 16, 15 years old, they gonna like that light skin, that curly hair, you understand? Man, listen here, we got girls that's, what you call them, video vixens, and I ain't gonna mention no names because I don't wanna hear it. They say they were sneaking into parties at 15 and 16 years old. So why you think 15 and 16-year-olds ain't sneaking in the Diddy party?
Due to ongoing unsettling accusations from his past, Diddy is currently dealing with a media maelstrom. Many have questioned his behaviors. One such person is Howard Stern, who criticized him for what happened at Diddy's house party. Celebrity Usher also had an unexpected party experience with Diddy when he was just a teenager.
Yeah, he went into the bathroom, and then she came into the bathroom and tried to, throw herself on him. He didn't want to have nothing to do with her for whatever reason. And then when he came out the bathroom, she continued to try to do that and try to have sex, wanted him to have sex in front of Diddy and the rest of the people that was in there. You know, that's how they do, man. They try to use a girl that you might like, or you may think you might like, or they think you might like her or whatever, to convince you to lay down your guards with them. And he didn't.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And you're not surprised by none of this, because you said that Ja Rule, they did this to him, right?
And it was hard. There were a lot of things I seen, and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be. I was 13 years old, and being 13, having that type of exposure, it was cool to go to Howard Homecoming with Puff. It was great to be able to go to Club USA or the Supper Club, with Puffy in that time, or the Tunnel. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be. Most kids will be excited about it. Most kids are trying to figure out, how to be around, hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for. And I think that he was just trying to show me the lifestyle. However, that's not what I was there for. I was there because I wanted a career, man. So we would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you gotta chill. Like, you just a little bit too intense. You gotta relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I'm 13 years old, like banging on this man as though, I am the manager. I am the spokesperson for Usher. And I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there, you got Craig Mack in there. You're gonna make me a priority too. I'm not here to party with you. I don't wanna go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? I think as a kid, I realized, hey, look, that's not my ring. That's not my moment. That's not my bottle. That's not my drink. That's not my celebration. So I'm not here to celebrate. I wanted people to be excited about me the way that they were excited about him. I wanted my own success.
And now Twitch has been added to the list as the rapper's alleged ex-partner. Basically, Ellen doesn't seem to be disclosing much right now. The authorities may be forcing her to sign an NDA or similar document. Whatever the case, Ellen has currently revealed to the world the reason she never attended a Diddy party in the past, and that essentially provides us with an idea of how she learned about what actually happens there from Twitch. So, remember the interview that Sean Diddy Combs did with Ellen DeGeneres? Diddy provided some other details about what happened during the celebrations, while Ellen explained why she never went. Of course, Diddy appeared frequently on The Ellen Show over the years. Naturally, we now understand why that was the case.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then No, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music. I've heard that song, After Party. But that was at the Holiday Inn, I think.
Then again, Diddy continued by saying that the events often begin at 9:30 p.m. and end at 2 a.m. However, we believe Diddy was being considerate and keeping things PG-rated for Ellen's viewers. Of course, Diddy's parties are still a major talking point. However, it appears that those around him were criticizing the celebrations before the accusations even became public. Uncle Luke, you see, was one of the rappers who just came clean about why he left Diddy's gatherings early. The rapper merely said that he was not at all interested in knowing anything about what happened after hours. A lot of people have started to assume that he may have been caught or the target of blackmail. And so, unable to bear the shame, he chose to end his life.
Yesterday was supposed to be a celebratory day, and then we got tragic news. Life is short and it's fragile, and we don't know how many birthdays we have, so we don't have to have a birthday to celebrate, just celebrate life. And if you haven't told someone you love them, do it now. Do it, tell people you love them.
In addition, before passing away from a head wound caused by a gunshot, Stephen Twitch Boss also left a note. Those acquainted with the investigation, who were not permitted to discuss it publicly, said that although the contents of the message were not made public, they led investigators to the conclusion that Boss's death was a suicide. When motel employees entered the Boss's room on Monday after he had checked in, they found his body. Just after 11 a.m., the 40-year-old was declared dead at the scene, according to the coroner. Currently, online rumors have run wild as followers have attempted to decipher the reason behind his demise. In a story not too long ago, TMZ reported that Boss made references to difficulties he had in the past. There have been theories regarding financial difficulties, but according to TMZ, the dancer was not having any financial difficulties before his death, and no one in his family has brought up the subject. So, doing the math right, we hope to get the theory either corrected or given the entirety of the situation soon. Also, it's only a matter of time before Diddy snitches on the lost soul of Twitch and gives all the details. So, there's that.
His daddy was a rat. Hold on, let me just, I know this ain't got nothing to do with, but I'm gonna tell his story. It was this gangster, right? He said, when you go there, kill the father and kill his son. And the guy said, his son is only a baby, 4 years old. He said, his father was a rat, and he gonna grow up to be a rat too. It ain't no way that he gonna go down, you understand, and not take nobody with him. His father was murdered because he ratted out his team that he was working for. So you think he not gonna rat? Like father, like son, brother. That's what I believe.
Wow, man, I didn't know that. So Diddy dad was a rat?
My man, I had a conversation with New York Freddie. Omar took me to a meeting because New York Freddie wanted to talk to me. He said, yo, I've been trying to get in touch with Russell Simmons, and I've been trying to get in tough touch with Puff, because I wanted to tell him the true story about his father. You understand? I said, yeah. And now this is New York Freddie, one of the biggest gangsters in Harlem. Puff's father used to work for his team. He was brought in by one of his best friends. So he's telling me the story how Russell Simmons used to work for him. You understand? He said, Russell Simmons used to take my laundry, to the cleaners and everything. He said, I had a glass table with $1 million in my office. I had $1 million in a glass table. You know what I'm saying? Of $100 bills in a glass table. I said, yeah. He's telling me his whole stuff. He said, Russell Simmons used to work for me because I was starting a record label back then. I said, okay. And if you look up New York Freddie Myers, you can see when he was picked up with a whole lot of, he had stacks of money in his house in the basement in Mount Vernon. So he said to me, he said, yo, we had cops on the payroll. He gave a cop, one of the cops brought information. He had the paperwork and he had Puff father take confession. He gave him $10,000 extra for it, right? Puff father told on their operation. New York Freddie told the guy who brought Puff father into his crew, you gotta handle it. I want it handled. So then he said, I want it handled. So now the dude handled the situation. Puff father was driving the cab. He met him on Central Park West and did what he did. And so I said to New York Freddie, I said, yeah. He said, and the guy who killed him was carrying a casket, crying the hardest at the funeral. I was like, oh. Now, check this out. I was gonna tell this story on my members only page on my YouTube channel, The Gene Deal Show. Only my members, but I'm gonna give it to you. It's this lady that told me she was dating Puff father at the time, right? She was dating Puff father at the time. She said she was waiting on him because they were supposed to be going out to Smalls Paul. It was either Small Paul, she said, or it was this place up there on McCoon's Bridge. I got it because she texted this whole thing to me, bro. It's crazy how she texted me this whole story. She said that she never knew why Puff father was killed. He said the word got through Harlem that he was murdered. You understand? And she went up to the bar the next day, and the same dudes was on his team that he worked with him, sold with him. New York Freddie and their whole crew. He said they was in the bar laughing and talking like nothing had ever happened. She said, thank you, Gene, for telling me that story about New York Freddie and Diddy father, because now I know what happened to him.
That's all for today. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.